Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a very exciting Sephora haul for you. I am actually refilming this because I had filmed this yesterday and I wasn't paying attention, and when I was cleaning out my memory card, I deleted this video. So here we are, round two. And we are starting this over. So I'm bringing you a Sephora haul. A lot of this is Sephora. Some of it is like a couple of items are from Ulta and a couple of items are from just elsewhere. So majority of it is Sephora though, so I figured I would put the other products in with this so that way we just have one bigger haul. So let's just go ahead and get started and I can show you what I picked up. Okay, the first thing I picked up, you've probably already seen the review of because I have already posted the review of the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves eyeshadow palette. I did love this palette and I think the packaging is great. I think the product is really amazing, and so I wasn't planning on picking this up, and when I saw it in store, I knew I had to. So in case you haven't seen what this looks like, which I highly doubt because this is all over YouTube and social media, it's literally just a mermaid eyeshadow palette. If you remember, last year they came out with the unicorn eyeshadow palette, and this year they released this eyeshadow palette, which is really nice, really easy to work with. And again, if you're looking for a review, if you're looking to see swatches, I did post a review of this on my channel just a few days ago, so go over and check that out. But I picked this up because it was limited edition, and like I said, I wasn't going to, but once I saw it in person, I knew I had to. So I grabbed that. There's going to be a whole lot of eyeshadow palettes in this haul, just warning you. So the next item I picked up was actually on sale. It recently went on sale, and it's the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne Kaleidoscope eyeshadow palette, and I had my eye on this when it was at full price, which was I think like $39, but when it went to $19.50, I knew I had to pick it up. I know it has, it's still in stock in Sephora. I know Ulta has since sold out. So if you've had your eye on this, it is on sale. The way these shadows are placed is kind of just all over the place. I think it's meant to be like the kaleidoscope theme, but that's what it looks like in pretty much every video I have seen on YouTube. This thing looks so good. So I'm hoping that the pigmentation is good from what I've seen on the swatches. It really looks nice, and so yeah, we'll see. But $19.50, I figured I would go ahead and pick it up and see if it is as good as everybody is saying it is. So that's what that looks like there. It actually really reminds me, these jewel tones really remind me of the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. But we'll see. I haven't yet put this one to the test, so I will be doing that very soon. Okay, speaking of the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, I did pick this bad boy up. In fact, I just filmed a Dazzled or Disappointed on this morning, so this review will be up shortly after this haul goes up. So stay tuned for that. I know there's already a ton of reviews out there, but I just thought I would add mine to the mix. Here's what it looks like. Mine did come broken. You know, if you know Natasha Denona eyeshadows, you know them to be very soft, and so you take that risk when you place an order for something like this. But so I won't really hold it up the way I usually would because I don't want, I've pressed some of this back into the pan and I don't want it to fall out. But that's what it looks like. Again, you've probably already seen this all over YouTube. There's a ton of videos already up on YouTube, but I'll give you a few swatches anyways, just in case you haven't seen it quite yet. And that's what it looks like. It is what I'm wearing today. And so, like I said, here shortly I'll put this review up, and that way you can see, if you're looking for my thoughts on it, you can see what I thought about it. The next eyeshadow I picked up is also a very hyped up eyeshadow palette. I picked up one of the three Pat McGrath Mothership. This is like the mini or the little sister that goes to the long one. I did pick up the pink one, which is La Vie en Rose, and I picked it up because of the pinks and purples. The neutrals, they look beautiful, but neutrals don't call my name the way brights do. So I did have to pick this one up in order to kind of play around with it, see what it's like. That's what it looks like. Again, you may have already seen this all over YouTube, all over social media. But this is the one I picked up, and I do have the larger of this palette, so the pink one. I do have that, and that's what those look like right there. I do have a review to come on this for you as well, so stay tuned for that because that will be up later this week. I am mixing, I totally messed those up because I went over one of them with a different color. Sorry about that, but that's what they look like. Super pigmented, looks to be in line with what you would expect from a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, but I will save my full thoughts for the review. So again, stay tuned for that because I'll have that up here in just a few days. The next eyeshadow palette I picked up, I don't know what it is about palettes, it's just they're releasing several of them all at once, it seems like. The other one is not really, it's not really something new, it's just something I had my eye on, and the other day when I was in Sephora, they had the tester out, but they were sold out of the actual product, so I ended up ordering mine, and it is the Violet Voss Rainbow Palette. And the pigmentation in these, Violet Voss I feel like is one of those brands where if you have one or two eyeshadow palettes, you kind of don't need to purchase anymore because there's a lot of repeat, maybe not repeat shades, but a lot of similarities within the palettes. This is one that wasn't very similar at all. It's very, very different from anything I have from this brand, and this is what that looks like. It was 30 bucks, so I mean that's really decent for an eyeshadow palette. You can't really find an eyeshadow palette for that price. And look at those pans of product. That is so much product. I've looked everywhere on the box and I can't find where it says how much product is in each pan. It's online probably. I just haven't really gone in to do my research. But the pigmentation on these, now I have not yet used this one on the eyes. Haven't really played with this quite yet, but the pigmentation and the fact that they're so bright is what I really, really love. So that's what those look like. Let me just kind of swatch these for you. This is going to be so incredible for summer. And this shade up here, it's called Pearl. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a white base, but it's got gold in it. It is so pretty. And I imagine I'll be able to use it as a highlight as well. So pretty excited about that one, especially because it was 30 bucks. Okay, the next product I am wearing on my cheeks today, it is the Urban Decay Disco Queen Holographic Highlight Powder. I wasn't planning on picking this one up either, and I was in store and swatched it, and you know how when you go outside and you've got a swatch and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks so amazing in the sunlight. Things look really different inside than they do outside, and as soon as you walk outside, it like shows up in all its beauty, and then you know you have to pick it up. So I've already thrown away the box, but this is what it looks like. It is I wasn't going to pick it up because I'm not really into a whole lot of holographic highlighters. I just don't feel like they suit my skin tone well. They end up looking like a white stripe across my cheek, and I just don't. The Anastasia Moonchild and Aurora Glow Kits, I hardly get use out of those because of that reason. But this one was a little bit of a different story. This has so much of like different color sparkle within, like it's almost like a green gold. So it doesn't show up purple, and that was my thing, is that I didn't want to buy a purple highlighter. But this shows up anything but, and again, it's what I am wearing. It's so glowy and so pretty. It almost looks, when you swatch it, it almost looks very powdery, but it doesn't go on that way. And I'm wearing it over top of ColourPop's Flexitarian, so that took it to a whole nother level. But that's what that looks like right there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the swatch on my hand. That's it right there. But I did pick this up, and I'm actually really glad that I did. I didn't know if I was going to have buyer's remorse on that one, and I don't. I love it. So the next item that I picked up was actually a VIB and VIB Rouge First Access, and so soon it will open up. I have already filmed the Dazzled or Disappointed for this one, so again, stay tuned for that. But it is on the new Benefit Box Powder in the shade Gold Rush. That's the packaging. Cute as you would expect from Benefit. Benefit always has the cutest packaging, and so I wasn't surprised that it was as cute as it was. So the overspray is already gone, but just so that you have an idea, that's what that looks like. It looks like crinkled paper. I think their intent is for it to look like crinkled, like a gold, like a hunk of gold, I guess. And so that's what that looks like right there. Let me give you a swatch. Again, it is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a lot of this stuff today because I ended up filming a lot of the reviews, a lot of the Dazzled or Disappointeds today. So that's what that looks like. Very, very natural looking. I've got the sparkle from the highlighter on here. So I'm going to do this on the outer portion of my hand. So that's what that looks like right there. It's supposed to be like an apricot type shade. And that is what it is. So I will save my thoughts for you for the review. I'll keep you in suspense just for a few days, but I will be posting that review here very, very shortly. So then that takes care of Sephora. Okay, another thing I picked up during or with this haul was the Hush Prism Malibu Pink airbrush spray for no commitment hair color. So I have always wanted either pink or lilac hair, and I was like, the thing about it is the environment that I work in doesn't allow for the hair color that's not really natural. So it's had to be something that I could use on days in which I don't work. And so this provided that option. It is what I am wearing today. You're probably going to see it in several Dazzled or Disappointeds because I have filmed quite a bit today. But yeah, so I think I am really, really loving this. It's not as vibrant as I'd want. The weird thing is it's Malibu pink, and on my hair, it's purple. But anyways, I did pick this bad boy up, and I hope to pick up a couple more colors during the VIB sale in April. So now I'm going to move on to MAC. I only have a couple of things from MAC, and they're actually 2 glitters. So they've released a lot of new glitters, of their chunky glitters that, you know, it's supposedly not safe for eye area. We all use it on the eye area, but they've also released new textures. So hearts and stars were those 2, and I am wearing the hearts today. Again, I told you I was wearing a lot of this stuff today. Didn't do a review on these, but let me take them out of the box, and that way you can see a little more up close. The stars are a little more holographic. The hearts are kind of like a brighter pink and a baby pink. Just really pretty. Now, of course, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you know that I picked up some time back the little stamps by Milk Makeup, and it's the star and the heart. The only bad thing about those is that the stamp is just in black ink. So when you stamp it on, you've got a black star or a black heart. And what I like about these is that you've got more the color option. So I really like how it turned out. I just put some glitter glue on my face, and then I took, you know, the hearts, and one by one I just kind of, and it really didn't take a whole lot of effort. It went on really easy, and they have stuck on. That glitter glue holds stuff on. You know I stand by glitter glue because I think it's great for anything glitter, to anything chunky that you need to hold on to your eye or your face. And that's what I used, and it has been holding up just fine. So I picked those up from MAC. Now, moving on to Ulta, I picked up a couple of things from Ulta, one being the, well, I don't have it here with me. Okay, hang on. I need to pull it out real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I did pick up, I don't even know how they had one in my shade because it was so picked over, and usually my shade is the first to go, but the Revolution, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I am in the shade C4. This thing was $7, and just so that you know, I have filmed a Test It Tuesday, so that will be up Tuesday of this week, so stay tuned so that you can see what my thoughts on it were. It is what I'm wearing now, and I'm actually in the middle of filming that for Test It Tuesday. I've got most of it filmed, but I've got one more check-in to do, so stay tuned for that. But I did pick this up, and then I also picked up the by the same brand, Makeup Revolution and Soph X highlighting palette. And so I don't really know too much about her. I do know that she collaborated. I think she does nails, but I don't know enough about her to be able to tell you, to give you educated information on her. But I picked it up because I had heard that this was amazing, especially for the price, that it was super glowy, that the baked formula in these was really great. I have already put up a Dazzled or Disappointed on this, so if you are interested, if you have been kind of wondering what this performs like, what this looks like, take a look at that video, go click on that and give you swatches, details, thoughts, all that good stuff. But I will give you some swatches real quick of pretty much the baked ones, which are the more pigmented, more intense ones, and so that you can kind of see. But again, not going to go into it in too much detail because there are more detailed thoughts in that video and swatches, things of that nature. But I did pick that up, and the nice thing about that is that the Ulta coupon that is not eligible for prestige cosmetics works on this brand because this brand isn't considered prestige cosmetics. So just to give you an idea, I had like a $5 off 15 coupon, and I picked this up and the concealer. Where's the concealer? I picked both of these up for 15 bucks with tax. So I would definitely suggest that if you are going to Ulta to pick things up that are non-prestige, use their coupons. It's a really good way to save some money. So I picked that up. The other thing I picked up from Ulta was the new Tarte, let's see, Busy Gal Brows Tinted Brow Gel. I had seen a couple of videos where people were really liking this, and I've been using the Benefit Gimme Brow. I use that on the first half of my brow, and on the second half I've been using the Gimme Brow. So I kind of changed up my brow routine here recently. So I thought, well, I want to try this because I want to see how this works instead of the Gimme Brow, and I have been loving it. So if you like a tinted brow gel that's pretty pigmented, then you'll like this. What's even better is that the little spoolie or the little brush is super tiny, so you're able to get into practically every corner and crevice of your brow. This is really, really neat. I don't think I've come across one that's that tiny, and I'm really liking it so far. So just for reference, I'm in the shade Black Brown, and so this is what the little guy looks like. And I ordered this one online because I can't remember if I couldn't find it in store. Anyways, so I am really, really loving that. So another thing that I have already put up a review for, but I thought I would throw them into this haul because it's something that I have picked up recently, is by Besame Cosmetics, and it is they are the two Snow White eyeshadow palettes. Again, if you've kind of been wondering, if you're kind of curious about these, then go pick these, or go watch that video to want to know if you should pick these bad boys up, because it might be for you, it might not be for you. I will tell you that the packaging is everything. It is so pretty, especially if you, more than anything, if you're a Disney collector, if you're a Disney fan, then you would really, really love these. This is some of the prettiest packaging I have ever seen on anything makeup or Disney related. Just super luxurious, super, just so much quality in these. They're very sturdy, it's like acrylic. So that's what those look like. Let me give you a couple of glimpses inside. So they're very, very soft colors. Nothing super stand out. And again, I won't go into too much detail on these either, because if you're looking for an actual all-out review, then I would say go watch the video. But that's some swatches right there. And let me swipe them for you. Oh, I did a bad job. But that's what those look like. So again, review is out there for you, but I did recently pick these up, and if anything, the packaging is super, super amazing. Let's see. Okay, we're down to the last few items, and the last few items are actually Kylie Cosmetics products. I picked these up from her weather collection, and so two things I picked up, or I've picked up four things, but two of the four things that I picked up were the eyeshadow palettes. Now, had I known they were going to be this tiny, I probably wouldn't have picked both of them up. I just didn't do, I guess, adequate research. Usually when I see the pictures start surfacing on Instagram, I kind of start picking what I want to get when it's going to launch, and I just figured these were going to be normal size eyeshadow palettes. Chloe Morello didn't end up putting her review up until literally a few minutes before it launched, so there really wasn't time to sit and watch a video, and so once I watched the video and saw how small they were, I was a little bummed. But I've used one of them, and so far, look, that's how tiny they are. Let me see. Basically, like, look, could fit in my hand practically. Now, the darker one of the two, I have not yet used the Eye of the Storm. I haven't yet used this one. I have used this one, and while I'm not really a fan of the pastels, because after a while, even with primer or base, they kind of fade away and it's like nothing's there, I am loving these shimmers. So for example, this pink one I used last week is kind of like a super quick makeup look. It almost gives you that really sparkly, pretty, no makeup look, and I really liked that. But I'll give you a couple of swatches so that you can see what these shimmers look like. So that's that right there. And I'm truly a fan of her eyeshadow formula. This is like the first time that's kind of a hit or miss. The peach palette wasn't super amazing either, but like her vacation palette from last summer, and then the Naughty and Nice eyeshadow palettes for holiday, those were amazing. I use those very frequently, and I really do like her eyeshadow formula. So I think it was just the size that kind of caught me off guard, but I did pick those up. Anyways, the other two items that I picked up from the collection, this was kind of an impulse buy, and it was the highlighter palette, and it was because I was on the fence, should I or shouldn't I, and I just realized, you know what, I do love her highlighters. I have two of her highlighters, and while at first I wasn't crazy about those, once I got through the first layer on top, I ended up loving them. They add a really nice, healthy glow to the skin. And then of course her loose highlighters, those are amazing. Those are some of my favorite formulas of highlighter of all time, just because they're so intense. So I thought I'd give this one a try. There's really not much on the cover except little furry clouds. And then in here you've got 4 different shades of highlighter. I've tried it a couple of times. I really don't think I've used it enough to really determine if I love it or not. But let me give you a couple of swatches so that you can see what it looks like. There's 3 of them. And I can't tell, I'm unsure if I think they look powdery on my skin or not, but again, I think I need to use them a little bit more in order to truly formulate my opinion. Not really, hadn't really put them to the true test quite yet. And then the last thing I picked up was also from the Kylie Weather collection, and it was the lip gloss. Her lip glosses, I'm not a huge lip gloss person. I do have the Fenty holiday ones, which I love, the holographic ones. I've got some Kylie ones that I really like, and I like it because I feel like the sparkle really shines through when she comes out with sparkly types. And I like that. I just really like the formula, and so I knew I had to pick up this gloss. It is very pretty. It's like a pink holographic type, and I had heard somebody say they felt this was too 80s, and I guess I could see how, yes, this would be a little bit 80s just because of the pink, the shiny pink, but when you put it on the lips, it is so pretty, and it stands out so much because of the sparkle. But that's what that looks like right there. And I really have been using this and enjoying it. This is one thing I have been using pretty frequently and have just been loving. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for this haul. I feel like that was a good amount of stuff, even though a lot of it, probably a good chunk of it was from Sephora. And then I had a few things that were here, there, and everywhere. So I hope you don't mind that I piled it all together so that I could do just one haul. I hope that you saw some things in here that you enjoyed or that might pique your interest. But before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. And today's comes from Matthew 5:16, and it says, "Let your light shine before others." So guys, I hope this encourages you. If you do love Jesus and have him in your heart, I want to encourage you to not let your light shine. Don't let what other people say, don't let it put out that light. Just be a light for other people. Be sure you tell other people how much Jesus loves them. I think people need to hear that, especially in this crazy world that we live in. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this haul. Stay tuned because there are quite a few dazzled or disappointeds coming your way this week. I hope you enjoy each and every one of them, and I will see you very soon. Take care.